Now, storytelling has long been seen as one of mankind's oldest forms of entertainment as well as historical record keeping. But what is storytelling's role in modern society? So what are some tips to help parents deal with cyberbullying? 1. Monitor their use and tell them that if they are being harassed, they can always ask for help. The National Automobile Museum plays home to over 200 cars, many of which you'll see nowhere else in the world. And the most amazing thing is that many of these cars are fully functional. To see how far I can stretch my Halloween dollar, I'm putting myself to the test and see if I can find a costume without spending over $10. Helping you have a happy Halloween without breaking the bank, I'm Will Von Tagen, News 4. Now, one of the best parts about today's activities is that all you need to build is a lot of sand and a lot of water. For a lot of folks, getting up close and personal with some of these creatures is all they need to get completely hooked.
Well, if you're a fan of swing dance and ballroom, get ready to dust off those old suede shoes.
Yes, News 4's Will Von Tagen shows us a toe tapping event that just may pique your interest.
If you can walk, you can dance.
And if you can dance, then big band dance night at the Reno Elks Lodge might just be your thing. Once a month, the horns, drums, and vocals of Ross Lindquist's Sierra Swing Band perform for the happy-footed fans of foxtrot, waltz, and tango.
People do this for recreation. They love to get out and dance. They love big band music.
And an invitation from Benny Goodman is a tough one to turn down.
Wherever there's dancing and room to move and some good partners, Ruth and I are ready to go.
With a regular crowd of several dozen, good partners are not hard to come by. And whether you choose to stick to one or mix it up throughout the night, well, it all comes down to personal choice.
Partner dancing is absolutely the most fun.
But you get a good one and then you stick with it. That's the secret.
That's it, right?
Don't say I never gave you nothing.
Now, if you show up and you don't know how to dance, don't let that hold you back. There are plenty of folks here who'd be happy to give you a quick impromptu lesson.
Right, Ray. I don't know how to do any of it. I just follow Ruthie.
Even if you think you can try and sit it out, you won't make it very long without someone coming by and asking you to dance.
You look pretty quick.
Thank you. Big band dancing quickly becomes a lifestyle. And as many have grown to learn, start swinging it once, and you might not be able to stop.
It gets in your blood.
She won't let me quit.
I won't.
Will Von Tagen.
Doing fabulous.
News 4.
Well, in the spirit of the season, many members of our community gathered for a day of giving down at the Reno Sparks Gospel Mission, serving more than 600 meals to Reno's hungry. News 4's Will Von Tagen has the story.
It's the heartwarming scene of an old-fashioned Christmas tradition. A community gathering, coming together to help their fellow man. But this is not the scene of Christmas past. This is the present, working to give a brighter future for those Reno residents who found themselves in need this holiday season.
I think that's what the true meaning of Christmas is.
Kind of brings a tear to your eye. You just don't realize how good your life is until you give back to people who don't have anything even close to what you have.
Come and get it.
What started as a couple of friends looking to serve some soup, sandwiches, and a helping of holiday cheer quickly grew into something much more.
Everybody came together in the last week and just decided that this Christmas that people should see and should understand there's a lot more need than just how many gifts we're getting, where we're going skiing, or what we're going to do for our Christmas.
And it did not take long for the word to spread. From over 500 sandwiches donated by Porta Subs to homemade soup to a trailer load of coats and canned food, the contributions to this day of giving found their way into the hands of many grateful and deserving members of our Reno family.
This is something big for them.
It's very important for people to see that even though we have, there's a lot of have-nots out there.
And at the end of the day, through the caring acts of a community coming together, it becomes another reminder that the gift of giving often offers a reward of its own.
You're thinking about other people, not just yourself.
It's a really good thing. Makes me feel real good.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas. I'm Will Von Tagen, News 4.
When you think of Nevada, it's hard not to think about getting hitched or maybe getting divorced. News 4's Will Von Tagen gives us a look at the truth behind Reno's infamous wedding chapels.
The chapel wedding is often seen as the stuff of Hollywood hijinks, but in reality, the wedding chapel industry has a great deal of historic and economic significance to the Silver State. I'm here at Reno's oldest wedding chapel, the Chapel of the Bells, located on West 4th Street. Let's see if we can get some answers on just why wedding bells bring big business to northern Nevada.
It's economically inviting for people. Maybe you can't afford to go to Hawaii for a vacation or for a honeymoon, but you can have a nice weekend in Reno along with your wedding.
Apart from the appeal of an inexpensive wedding, Nevada law has also made the process of obtaining a marriage license extremely easy, requiring not much more from you than a valid U.S. ID and $60. It seems the process of getting married in Nevada is pretty simple, but is it just as easy to find someone to get married to? Let's see how long it takes me to find a bride of my own. Will you marry me?
No. No.
Will you marry me? Will you
Maybe not tonight.
Will you marry me?
Not today.
One of the biggest myths, Will, about wedding chapels is that couples that come here just met each other last night and got drunk and decided to get married. Although I'm sure that happens on rare occasions, we have people that come in and shop for us 8, 10, 12 months ahead of the wedding.
The newlywed Cazares couple are a good example. The parents of Christina Cazares eloped in Reno nearly 30 years ago, and today she and her husband Ethan tied the knot as a gesture to her family tradition. They note the experience has had other benefits.
It's lesser stress. You don't have to deal with other person's personalities.
The people here, they tell you what to do, give you the paperwork, drive you to the courthouse, and it was like really simple.
And with the high number of ceremonies performed, close to 10,000 a year between Reno and Carson, the experience of the chapel overseers gives an added sense of assurance to the happy couples.
We know what we're doing, we're professionals at it, and people like that.
For the economic factor, I give wedding chapels an obvious 5 out of 5 slices of wedding cake. The average chapel wedding costs just under $200, and the ceremonies attract visitors from across the world to get married here in northern Nevada. For the historical factor, I give another 5 out of 5 slices of cake. Though recent years have seen a vast decline in the number of ceremonies performed, wedding chapels remain an important fixture in the history of our state. For the reckless factor, I'm afraid I can only give one tiny slice of wedding cake. Though the process is relatively simple, actually finding someone to marry is easier said than done. Stop by next week as we take a closer look at the truth behind microbrewing in the Silver State.